right, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. How are you doing? It's a wonderful day to be alive. It's a wonderful day this to be here. It is a Monday morning, and I hope that you all are doing well. Welcome to Family Morning Transformation with yours truly, DMP Speaks. I'm so glad to see you this morning. I'm glad that you are up and you're at it. Your family is doing well. Prayerfully, hopefully, you guys are doing well. Listen to me. It is a great morning to be alive. It's a great morning to be alive. Welcome, welcome, welcome. If you don't know who I am, let me introduce myself. My name is David M. Pinkston, but I go by the name of DMP Speaks. I'm an empowerment speaker. I'm a board certified Christian counselor, but I'm also a family restoration specialist, which means I come grow, build, or in most cases, rebuild your family dynamic. I do these lives every morning, Monday through Friday and Sunday morning at 7:30 a.m. and on Saturday at 8:30 a.m. So I'm glad to be with you all. So let's get into this particular motivation, inspiration, education, but most of all, transformation for you. I believe in you and I believe in your family, and this is why I'm doing it. This is going to be my life's work to help your family grow and be prosperous, not just in finances, but togetherness and in unity and in love. So, what I want to talk about really quickly, I promise that this is not going to be long at all. Some parents, some children, excuse me, let me rephrase. Some kids, some children don't understand about the protection that you all, grandma, grandpa, parents, mother, father, do for them. They don't understand when you try to protect them from associates, friends, people that they hang out with. And maybe that child can't see that their friend is a problem, but you are trying your best. You're not trying. Let me change that around. You're doing your best that they don't turn out like that child because it's a hard topic to talk about, but I like to tackle hard things, some really big problems. One thing I did, I took my wife to go see Creed. You got to go watch that movie. Michael B. Jordan did his thing, directing and acting. I can't think of the brother's name, but he did an excellent job. It was an excellent movie to see. One piece that I seen in there, and you got to look at the movie, so I'm not going to give it all away. But his mother um, withheld some letters from a boy that he used to hang out with that was in jail, but used to write him letters. And when the guy got out, he went to Michael B. Jordan's character, Creed, of course, and was like, I hit you up, I wrote you, what happened? Come to find out later on that the guy that was in jail for almost 20 years, he got out, but he was writing his friend, and he said he never got him. The reason why he didn't get him because the mother was not giving him those particular letters because she was trying to cover him. He got mad. I mean, Creed got upset with his mom totally because he felt like he felt like his mother betrayed him because she didn't show him those particular letters from his friend, because he felt like he should have been there for him. But his mother was trying to tell him in this scene, listen, I did this to protect you. And the reason why I brought this out, so I ain't gonna tell no more of the movie, just that piece. You'll see it when you watch it. Why am I bringing up that particular piece? A lot of kids feel, well, mom, you're not allowing me to hang out with my friends. You're not allowing me to be me. If kids only knew what you seen in the future, what potentially could happen with that particular child if your particular child or grandchild kept hanging around or associating themselves with that particular kid, what the outcome could be or will be. Some kids don't understand that. And some kids feel, oh, you're being unfair. I hear this a lot. You're being unfair. You're not allowing me to live. You're suffocating. Excuse me. You're suffocating me. Well, in all actuality, that parent, you as a parent guardian, you're not suffocating your child, you're keeping your child alive. Some kids don't understand that. They have a hard time understanding that you are doing all that you can to keep them alive. You're doing all that you can to keep them alive. I'll say it again. They don't understand that you're keeping them alive. Because there are some kids that are this, if we could be honest, that are raising themselves and they're finding themselves in really bad trouble with the law. They're not going to school. They're not educating themselves. So they're doing all of these particular things. And I'm not saying every child that has a broken home is doing these things. But let's be honest, when there is a broken home, when the family dynamic is broken, they're going to look, that child is going to look, unfortunately, sadly, they're going to look to the streets because the streets is not only giving them money, but they're giving them family, right? So they're going to do whatever. And if life is already hard, they're going to do what they need to do so that they can survive. They're in survival mode. But the problem is, and it's sad for me to say this, but you got to protect your child at every cost. Not only you have to protect your child in this world in general, and not only do you have to protect their character and show them what integrity is, you got to protect them from other children. It's just what it is. When you are a good parent and you see something that could potentially be bad for them because of who they're associating with, who they're hanging out with, who they're spending their most time with, and you know that this child is just not good for your child and you do nothing. I hate to say this so early this morning, but I have to say it. That blood, if something happens, it is in your hands. Does that make sense? That blood is in your hands, is on your hands. Even if your child gets upset, even if your child feels like you're just the worst parent in the world, I guess you're just going to have to be the worst parent in the world because there are things that you just have to do. There's things that you just have to say. You have to parent. There are certain things that your child is going to not like what you said. And let's be honest, we all go through this. I'm not exempt. You're not exempt. We're all going through this. But parent, keep parenting. I'll say it again. Let me repeat. Parent, guardian, grandma, granddad. Keep parenting. Keep doing your best. Continue to do your best. Even if your child doesn't understand why. Because remember, they can't see. See, you're looking at a different angle, a different level than they are. They can't see what potentially can come if they keep associating themselves with that particular child or that particular group. They're not going to see that. They're not going to see that. That's what's wrong with a lot of kids these days. They don't see what potentially can happen. They're in that thrill. Their adrenaline is just running rampant. And because their adrenaline is running rampant, all they're thinking about is that moment or those moments. And I'm having fun and I'm chilling and we ain't doing nothing bad. But a little stealing here and a little stealing there, a little selling here and a little selling there, a little drinking here and a little drinking there will be much more of those things over and over till this becomes a habit. And from a habit to an addiction, you can be addicted not just to drugs and alcohol, you be addicted to that life. You can be addicted. So instead of you getting that far, instead of your child getting that far, you got to do something about it now. I know this is hard to hear this morning, but we can't sugarcoat nothing anymore. If this is going to be called family morning transformation, we got to learn how to be transformed by the renewing of our mind. And all I'm doing, parents and guardians, I'm giving you this because I want to encourage you. If you don't look out for your child or your grandchild, who else is going to look out for them? Does that make sense? Who else is going to look out for your child, the betterment of your child, if you don't? If you see them acting a certain way because they're hanging around a certain kid, I'm not saying you got to yell and scream, but you got to tell them this is not good for you. You've changed, and not for the better, for the worse. It is so important that our family dynamic is built. Even if it took some hits, we got to rebuild our family dynamic. Excuse me. It is important, everybody. It's so important that we do that. So let me say this as I close. If you are a parent, guardian, you know you're dealing with this morning. You know that you're dealing with this area, and it's tough. It's tough for you, and you want some change to come into your home, and you're saying, I've been trying to do this on my own, DMP Speaks, and it's just not working. Just flat out, it's not working. I want you to go to my link, and I want you to sign yourself up for a free 30-minute consultation call with me, because I want to help you and your son, or even in your daughter. We can leave our daughters out. They might not be going in the game, but they could be hanging out with some young ladies that are not good. They're promiscuous, right? Doing all kind of sexual activities. We gotta lay everything out. We can't hold anything. This world is terrible at times, and we have to be able to protect our own. We have to be able to protect our own. Does this make sense? So if this is you and you know you need this, even if you're nervous, parent, even though you're nervous, grandmom, if this is for your child, if this is for your child and this is going to help them for the rest of their lives, don't hesitate. Don't hesitate. Click on the link and let us talk. Let me see if what I can do to help. I'm in the business. I'm a servant of helping your family become the best family that you all can be. Not for somebody else. That's great to do the pictures and stuff. I'm talking about internally. I'm talking about internally in your family. When you close that door, you have some peace at night, knowing that you have done all that you could do for your family. You're doing all that you can do for your child. You're doing all that you can do for your family. And I believe in you. But something got to change. And that change has come this morning. So click on the link, get with me. Let's talk. Let's see what my program can do, because I believe in what God has given me for your family. Things got to change, and they will change. Listen, catch me tomorrow, 7:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, for another family morning transformation. I love you all. Peace.